If I were to create a list of my favourite video game designers and programmers, David Fox would have to be included. His name is connected to some of the greatest games in the LucasArts catalogue. Zack McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders, Maniac Mansion, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the graphic adventure, Thimbleweed Park.
I feel better now.
Rescue on Fractalus is a first-person type shooter where you control a Valkyrie space fighter and have to rescue downed pilots. An alien race known as the Jaggi make things more difficult, and their gun emplacements attempt to destroy your ship. They also perform kamikaze-style attacks as the game progresses. One of the very memorable parts of the game was where the Jaggi could also disguise themselves as human pilots, and then they would approach your ship and then jump onto the cockpit window, smashing their way in to kill you, scaring the crap out of me in the process. A bit of trivia here. The Jaggi was derived from a rivalry between the Lucasfilm Games and Lucasfilm Computer divisions. The term Jaggis refers to the visible pixels on the edges of objects that are most prominent on low-resolution displays. Since Lucasfilm Computer were working with high-tech rendering computers and millions of colours, they could blend the colours of an object and the background with anti-aliasing, making the individual pixels less noticeable and removing Jaggis. Lucasfilm Games, working on the Atari 800, only had 4 colours at their disposal, which made anti-aliasing impossible. Therefore, they named the aliens Jaggi, because that was the only way they could destroy Jaggis in the game. I guess this is why they originally named the game Behind Jaggi Lines. Also, the scenery of the planet Fractalus is generated using fractals, which makes for a smoothly regenerating planet surface, and the quality of the graphics greatly increases the appeal of the game. The atmosphere on the planet is toxic, and downed pilots must be rescued within a given amount of time, or they will die. Picking up a pilot involves landing close by, turning the engines off, and waiting until the pilot approaches and knocks on the airlock door, and climbs aboard. Admittedly, at higher levels, this can become quite tense, especially as you anticipate the pilot to be a Jaggi. To protect you from enemy fire and crashing into the rocky surface is your Drayak mirror shield, indicated by an energy bar. You are also equipped with a weapons warning system and radar scanner, which are vital to your survival, as the surface is mountainous with towering peaks and thin canyons which need to be negotiated to reach some of the pilots. Once a pilot has been picked up, then you can lift off and search for the next pilot, of which you'll need to find a certain amount of before moving on to the next level. The higher the level, the more pilots you'll have to collect. Once enough are collected, then you can return to the mothership. Rescue on Fractalus originally came with a comprehensive instruction sheet, complete with tips on flying your Valkyrie craft, and as there are many skill levels, including a night flying instruments only sequence, which is fairly difficult. In fact, too difficult for me. I'll link the game manual, which has full explanations of your Valkyrie space fighter display panel, which will definitely come in handy. From the start, this game impressed me, and whilst there may be a few bland colours here and there, the graphics were decent all the same. I still think Rescue on Fractalus is a great game, and should definitely appeal to any fan of the shoot 'em up genre, so do be sure to get it fired up on your trusty Commodore 64. Thanks for watching, guys. What did you think of Rescue on Fractalus? Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and let me know in the comments. Did you have this for your Commodore 64? Or are you one of those who enjoy telling me that these games were better on other systems? Feel free to share your thoughts. Also, if you're enjoying the nostalgia, then please do consider subscribing to the channel and continuing with me on this epic journey, revisiting classic Commodore games just like this. Check out the other games on the channel playlists, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, Bye for now.
My hero